Okay, now the mountains are completely covered. I was exaggerating before. Now I really can't see any outline of the mountains. This is incredible. At least I could see about 1,000 feet around me. I don't need to see those mountains. Alright, raisins and olive oil. I also put fennel in that other one. Raisins and olive oil by themselves is a nice contrast between the bitter and sweet. You don't want to add too much bitter. I was considering crushing up some celery seed to add, but after tasting this, I'm like, you know, that's a good balance. I don't think I can handle extra bitter. It's a good balance of bitter and sweet. Right, I want to consume some cayenne pepper. I think my heart might be struggling a little bit. I want to pick up the pace of that. It's been a while since I've had cayenne pepper. I'm going to hold off on milk. If I wanted to have coffee tomorrow, I don't know how I'll do that. But it's like milk might be causing pain in my gut, and I have to give it some time, maybe give it a few days. I'll revert to yogurt, but not milk now, because I want to avoid that stomach sickness, and it could be the milk. So if I'm going to have cayenne pepper, I'm thinking these canned green beans. I'll eat these and then slam a bunch of cayenne pepper, and that shouldn't hurt my stomach too much. I've been sitting on these crushed red pepper for a while. They are a beautiful red, so red. Got to make sure they keep them out of the sun. So that massive dust storm has left a lot of dust on my car. It was blowing against the backside, but it really covered everything pretty good. Yeah. Just an incredible wind, an incredible amount of dust, really splattered. I don't know how visible that is. Just splattered the backside. It was sort of an angular towards the back because it's not really, there's nothing on this side. Right, I'm taking another look at pickles. I woke up with an ill stomach. I did not like that. So I'm going to try different things. These pickles seem okay. I think part of the reason I got turned off from pickles is because I drank the juice. I can't drink the juice. It's just like with the sun-dried tomatoes in oil. It can't just drink that oil. That's stuff that has to be tossed. Alright, let's see how sick my stomach gets after having smoked oysters, a bunch of pickles, yogurt, orange juice with turmeric added. See what happens. Yeah, I have a feeling this library in the barrio is going to be mostly Mexican language. Just as long as I get some Wi-Fi, that's all that matters. Also a bathroom. I had to make a desperate run to McDonald's, which was a quarter of a mile, 0.3, 0.4. I had the cayenne last night, and a lot of it, and that really pushed things through. But things are tender in my gut area. I don't feel sick, but I mean, the pattern has been, I get ill, then I have to poop, then 10 minutes later after, I get sick again. It's a bit of a pattern. Yeah, this pushing on the tenderness is every so often I get a dizzy spell. It's really annoying. And I gotta get rid of that tenderness. That's gotta go. Wonder why they keep a little peek hole there. This pigeon's walking right to me. I feel a little nervous about this area because of all the squalor, but people seem pretty orderly and clean actually for the poor conditions and the very Mexican nature of it. It seems like it. Oh, am I on there? I think I gotta go down one more road. or a few more actually. I mean, there's some real squalor, but there's no graffiti. There's a broken window here and there. And there's a lot of these protected doors and windows with the bars. Yeah, that'd be graffiti over there. That's like intentional graffiti. They've had to repaint over the graffiti here, probably. That dust storm yesterday, and kind of the day before, has covered everything in dust. It makes it look like things have been sitting here a long time. Like these cars have been untouched for weeks, when it was just a overnight dust storm. The library should be at the end of the block, open in like half an hour. Free tax. Yeah, it's got to be a library. Oh man, maybe I walked past where I parked. I wonder if I've caught that Mexican bug on the north side of the border. It can't be just solely entirely in Mexico. It probably blends into America a little bit too. But I mean, this is a long-lasting stomach sickness. So strange. And it started in Tucson, which is still kind of north of the border. That guy down there, he's in a wheelchair and he's digging through the trash. I still feel very good about this Mexican barrio neighborhood. I need to check it out more. I feel good about it. It really feels like the people are very civil. You know, it seems Mexicans prioritize cleaning a lot. I've been noticing a pattern there, smelling the aerosol, smelling the pine sol. Those Mexicans on the border, and El Nagali's hosing down the whole library, pretty much running me out. And then at Walmart, as soon as you enter, the first displays are cleaning products, and in some of the Walmarts. The Walmarts, I think, are focusing on the Mexican population. And I question why the priority for cleaning. Is it really bad around here? This fence is pointed. The tips are curved in. They usually curve out. It's for a school. 3 bail bonds businesses on this street. This is a detention center. What story are all the prisoners on? Alright, so the courthouse is to the left. Detention center, very tall, 15 stories. I'm trying to find the library. I'll go pay. Oh, they weren't open last time, that's right. trying to remember, was I in? They didn't open till 11. I got there at like 10. Security guard behind me. Herman Lee and Sign founder. Animal watering fountain. This is primarily for animal watering. I can't make out what the security guard is regarding. There's no sign in front of the building. Oh. Okay, this is a federal building. Big old federal building with a security guard standing in front. Big detention center. Big glass building, not sure what that is. Gotta get closer to see them signs. So if you want a thriving downtown business, start a bail bondsman's business. Immaculate Conception Catholic Church. It's special because there's English speaking and churches founded. Such fascinating history with churches. Always enjoy reading those signs. I swear every prominent city has a Wells Fargo building in it. Could go to the top of that parking garage. Doing some fancy work in front of the AT&T building. It might be a bus stop, I don't know. Alright, I only need to find Oregon, and I believe I'm going to cross it. Unfortunately, this way the city is naming the streets is really confusing, because some streets are actually crossways for states. And you'd expect the horizontal, or they would line parallel. You'd think all state roads would line parallel with each other, and then other names would cross them. But some states actually cross each other, and it's non-conformed. Alright, apparently there is no Oregon. So, Oregon stopped somewhere around the library, because I know it took me from the west side to the library, but it stopped somewhere. Feels like it's picking up to be another big dust storm in the evening again. Federal Reserve? What is that, where they store the gold? They got a lot of extra security at this building. Look at these bumps. These are not just for sitting on. These are to stop somebody from rushing the building. Because they have a little extra iron on those iron fences for the parking lot. I get the impression between the North Mexicans and the South Mexicans now. Maybe the North Mexicans, they're ambitious and young and just vigorous to work as much as they can and then come back to Mexico to retire. I think there's some kind of a method going on. Yeah, some of this stuff is familiar from the top of the parking garage. I think I know where I am in relation to that library.
want me to do everything again, and, you know, I can't do it no more. Oh, I did tell you, but the other day I went to go fax those papers to my lawyer, and I was sitting there, and all of a sudden my nose just busted, bleeding really bad. And the guy's like, "What's wrong?" I mean, just bleed. It wouldn't stop, like a river of blood flowing out of my nose. Just it wouldn't stop. And I went to my friends, and she goes, "I'm gonna check your blood pressure." And I go, "I don't have high blood pressure." She goes, "Yeah, but what he's putting you through, you're stressing out." My blood pressure was 253 over 180. She goes, "That is ridiculous." She goes, he's stressing you out, and you're having nosebleeds." Thank you.
Alright, so this is a baseball stadium, Southwest University Park. And you can see inside in the baseball stadium, I don't know if they block it. Alright, so I'm just trying to see if there's, I don't even know why I bother. Just looking to see if there's any parking around the library, because it's open on Sunday from 12 to 6. I mean, that's like a part of my plan usually is to be to take advantage of any nearby Sunday library openings. You can actually park on the side of the road here, and there's no charge. I could park right there right now. There's no signs that say I can't. It's kind of strange that I would have available space. Something's up. It's suspicious. Whatever they charge for parking, it's not worth it. I just have to find the furthest way I can get away, the furthest distance I can get away with the free parking. Yeah, I think they want you to return the bicycle to the spot. I think that's a worse business plan than the ones where you could just leave them lying wherever you want to. So I'm seriously thinking about parking around the hospital. It looks like there's off on the side of the street parking, and it's really out of the way. This is a hospital emergency room and all that. It's full operation, 24-hour, and on the outskirts of the city, which is really nice, because then you're not going to get the through traffic. This is City Hall, and it's also above it, it's called City 1. And then across the street you got City 2. And over here it's Electric City. But I don't think Electric City has anything to do with it. This whole road is metered next to the AT&T on Saturday evening. And it's like, I question, is it really enforced on Sunday? Maybe Saturday, but Sunday? Something that I need to research, because they're not forthcoming on that information on the street. I was about to say Ochoa looks pretty good, but there's some kind of U.S. Marshals only parking for this building, which is not far from the jail. But you can park on the other side. There's no regulation. This whole side, they say that it's for U.S. Marshals. Right here it says Monday through Saturday. Sundays the parking meters are not enforced. It says it all the way out here, but it speaks for all of them. So I would be interested in parking maybe next to the AT&T building. That doesn't have anybody. It's all metered parking. That's not enforced for Sunday. Once again, not a single bum on the streets. This has got to be the Felkel Central Point. The food banks are actually north, and I would pass them on the way to the hospital. But that looks like it's like part of more residential. Less of a chance for bums. The bums would be downtown here. Not a single one. This is an old train warehouse station. Maybe not so much for passengers. There's an old sign of tracks. And then the warehouse. It's kind of fancy looking for a warehouse. An application to sell and consume alcoholic beverages is proposed here. Virginia and Montana license. Limited Liability Corporation. I'm guessing this black building is a gay bar. 301 S. Ochoa. He put some guy just like either he did something with those flags. He's making noise and attracted my attention. I'm guessing it's the gay district here. There is no part of this area, even though there's some poor areas like that building over there. It's looks gutted out, no windows, boarded up in some spots. There's just nowhere that I feel scared or just concerned about the neighborhood. It's a very clean-cut area. It's very nice. I don't know if it's government influence or just the culture being next to the border in some way. It's very nice. Much better than Phoenix. Phoenix. Oh, there's a guard dog in the Central Tires. That'll be fun to visit them.